all these thoughts, and I'm just going to quickly record them instead of typing them out. And I'm just going to post this audio clip for whoever was meant to hear it. There's just been so many synchronicities around this theme lately, and this is what's on my mind. When we develop strange things in our body and we're unwell, maybe we say, oh geez, my knee's really been bothering me lately. When did that start? Or I've been getting headaches again. I haven't had those for years. Or these little mysterious things that pop up and you can't really find a cause, but you can remember a time where you didn't have this a few months ago. Now, the important thing to remember is, instead of searching and analyzing for direct causes, we have to really remember the frog in the water syndrome, and that affects all of us throughout our lives, right? Even in mainstream medicine, it's completely accepted. Never mind, you don't even have to be spiritual or a naturopath or anything. It's totally accepted that living a life of chronic stress or chronically just low grade, not doing the things you want to do, and people pleasing, stuff like that, instead of putting yourself first, people pleasing, always trying to be on time for something that you don't really enjoy, or wearing clothes that you don't truly want to wear, right? Or so something, whether you're trapped in a religion or you're trapped in a marriage you don't like or a job you don't like, and you stay with that because of fear, because you're fearing that if you leave that, something bad will happen. Most of us act like that. We were raised to act this way. Anyways, I'm going to get back to what I was trying to say, was that it's extremely accepted nowadays that if one lives a life like this for years and years, they could develop chronic illnesses. And so things like cancer and heart disease, and even obesity, like having trouble with your weight, having trouble with your digestion, Crohn's disease, all these autoimmune diseases, it's widely accepted that these things creep up in the body from years of chronic stress and years of chronic imbalance. So what I'm trying to say is, the last couple of years have been obviously very distracting and very targeted toward one particular issue. And the more important thing, I think, for us all to remember right now, because forget about all our different opinions on how we should have handled things and how we should handle things moving forward. We all want the same thing. And like I said, no matter what illness or what ailment we're talking about, the number one thing is that if we have lived for years and years doing things that cause resistance in our cells and resistance in our tissues, we've got issues in those tissues. So first and foremost, don't call up your doctor and say, how do I fix my sore knee? If you are still waking up every day and kind of living your day in a way that is not really in harmony with who you are and your soul's purpose. I mean, that sounds kind of crazy. Like, obviously you have to go fix your knee, but like, quit wondering why this happened, and quit wondering like if this happened a month ago or 6 months ago. All the things that happen to us are results of issues in our tissues, and issues develop over time. Like a frog in the water keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. You don't really notice because you're not really miserable or unhappy. You're just kind of slightly low grade, feeling resistance every single day, day in, day out. This is the thing to see if you can stop in its tracks and transform your life. Don't worry about what anyone thinks either. Maybe your life starts to look really, really weird, but you're like, whoa, I don't feel resistance. I feel like I'm doing what's good for me. Do you feel better? Yeah. And I bet you in 5 years, you'll go, holy crap. Over that 5 years, I didn't have any of those crazy things. I used to have freaking heartburn every single night. I used to be like, oh, I can't drink apple juice in the evening. I can't eat chocolate too late at night, or tomato sauce. None of that is true. I spent my entire 20s thinking that was true. It's not. Why? I have a practice. My entire body is a different body than it was 7 years ago. You choose how your tissues and your cells regenerate. And after 7 years, you have a whole new set of cells and tissues. So it's up to you. And how you live your day is how you live your life. That's it. So just think about today, from morning to bedtime. How can you feel your way through? How can you be more you? And be more you, a little more, wherever you can. Just take baby steps.